is the moment, tonight is the night.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to break down Bitcoin's latest move. And yeah, things got a little spicy to the downside. Bitcoin broke under some key levels, but I'm going to show you exactly why I'm still calm and what levels I'm personally watching for next. So let's jump right into it. I think that, you know, I'm close to start dollar cost averaging down on Robinhood. So my journey to get to accumulate one Bitcoin is very close to starting. So just that's where I am in terms of thinking if the bear market started for Bitcoin. But anyways, let's get right into it. So Bitcoin's currently sitting around 95,300. And we saw a pretty solid fade from the $100,000 region. So nothing crazy, just another day in crypto. So if you've been here for long enough, your heart is probably immune to these big move downs. And a lot of people have absolutely no idea what's coming for them. If they got into crypto anytime after March of 2024, it's been smooth sailing, or even September of 2023. Everyone loves crypto, but soon the narrative is going to change, and people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, crypto is a scam," blah blah blah. Well, yeah, it's because we're bearish now, and you're going to lose all your gains. It's really that simple. Like, I don't know how else to put it. So, I'm going to capitalize on that. So, that's what I think, though. But so. What is important is that Bitcoin drops below that cluster of EMAs, the 20, 50, 100, and 200 day moving averages on the daily time frame. That usually tells us short-term momentum has flipped bearish. The macro trend is still fine, but the near term, we're seeing sellers take control. Let's talk about the level that really rejected Bitcoin. This yellow zone from 100 to 105 is extreme resistance. So even if we get a reversal back up to 100 to 105, we're making a lower high and we're probably going to capitulate. So we might even get something like this where we bounce for a little bit, go up, and then basically make a lower high and then just fall off the table. So just be careful. That's something like that. That does happen, especially if the bear market has started. That right there is a major resistance block. Price tapped into it multiple times, couldn't break down, finally rolled over. Super clean technical reaction. This zone is basically acting like a ceiling, and until Bitcoin can reclaim that range, we probably won't see any highs. Which right now, and I don't even feel comfortable leaving this on here because, are we going to 139, 148, or was the top in? So let's talk about some support zones. Now, down below, I've got this big purple support area drawn from around 91,388 to 83,616. And honestly, price is headed towards the top of that zone. This is the range where Bitcoin has previously consolidated before blasting off. So I fully expect buyers to defend it. But again, if buyers defend it, we get a lower high, it doesn't matter. Sellers are going to come right back and basically push the price down even past those levels, okay? So if Bitcoin falls into the mid-90s, that's just stepping into support, not breaking structure. But it's basically on its way to breaking structure, and we need to get a strong recovery and a follow-through. Now, the RSI and momentum, the RSI, we're sitting around 32 to 37. Which, wow, we're on the daily. That's pretty much knocking on the door of the oversold zone. Historically, on this chart, every time the RSI dips into the low 30s, which which you can obviously use your eyes and see, Bitcoin gets some kind of relief rally. So even here, we got a relief rally here. We got a relief rally, but we're bullish. Keep that in mind. In a bear market, you make lower lows. So when the RSI is oversold and you get oversold again, you actually make a lower low every single time. So just be careful and understand that if the bear market started, we're going to be making lower lows, and people are going to always be thinking the entire way down, oh, we're going up now. We're going up. We're finally going up. We're finally going up. And that's exactly what happened to me last time. So that's why I'm really going to capitalize on this bear market and start accumulating and trying to get to one Bitcoin. Now, it doesn't guarantee it, but it is a clue that sellers might be slowing down temporarily when the RSI is oversold in a bear market. But we don't know yet. We don't know if it's a bear market or a bull market. I don't want to label it yet. In my opinion, I am leaning more towards bear market. So now let's take a look at the macro targets and the macro bigger picture. So zooming out, nothing has changed about the larger bullish structure. As long as BTC doesn't lose the mid 80K levels, the macro trend is perfectly healthy. We still have a massive upside target I mapped out around 139 and 148, and that's only a matter of time. If Bitcoin reclaims the 100 to 105 resistance range. But short term, yeah, the pullback is completely normal. We've done it 3 times this bear market. Sorry, we've done it 3 times this bull market. So, and every single time people thought the top was in, and then we made a higher. So, what I'm watching for next are the following. Does Bitcoin hold $91,000? That's the first line of defense. Does the RSI enter oversold territory and bounce? We could have a nice relief bounce, but it just matters on how high we go from this bounce, right? I mean, the fear and greed index is extremely in fear, right? Let me show you. So we're in 18 fear. I mean, we haven't hit the March the March lows yet at 15, but we're headed there. I mean, I feel like tomorrow we're gonna wake up and it's gonna be like at 10 or something. You know, if we get one more capitulation or something like that, or if we get one more small move down, it's gonna be at like 10 or something. But we'll see. The third thing I'm looking for is, can we reclaim 97 to 99,000? That'll be the first sign of a trend recovery. And then a major confirmation is obviously breaking 100 to 105. If that happens, that's a big one. Because if that happens, then I would say that we're still in the bull market. So it's very simple. Now, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's pulling back right now, but honestly, these are the spots where the bigger opportunities show up. Not for me, but for, you know, if you're dollar cost averaging down and if you don't care, then theoretically these are good opportunities to buy, because again, every single time we bought when the RSI was oversold this bull market, you ended up making a higher high on that position. Me, I don't have that much money, so I'm gonna be waiting until I get it as cheap as possible and then start dollar cost averaging down after we get that really big move down that confirms the bear market. So the chart still looks great long term. We're just going through the usual choppy phase. And yeah, so let me know in the comments, are you buying the dip? Are you waiting for lower? Or are you just sitting back and watching the chaos? Thanks for hanging out. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown. Subscribe for more TNA and my opinion on Bitcoin and coins. Just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. And I will keep you updated, and I'll catch you in the next one.